Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're viewing from. This is me, Laura Thompson, on TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach. And guess who we're sitting here with today? We're starting a new segment called Chatting with Constable Kat. And that's Constable Kat Brown with Precinct 4. And we're going to be giving updates on all of the great things that are happening in the precinct. How you doing, Constable Brown?
I'm doing great. Now that I got a little workout in, I think I'm doing fantastic.
I know that's one of Constable Brown's initiatives.
Yes.
So,
Being a two-time cancer survivor, you really have to make sure that you eat right, and that your mental state is right, and that your physical elements are in work in motion. And not only just because I'm a cancer survivor, but being in the field of law enforcement, it definitely requires that you be good to your body, and that, in the event that all of your lethal weapons are gone, you have some type of physical agility to sustain any event that occurs.
Wow. So we're super excited about this opportunity. I received a phone call from Constable Brown, and she said that she wanted to find a way to update the community and her constituents in Precinct 4. And so I said, well, we're TAAN TV and we will be happy to do something. And she came up with the idea of Chatting with Constable Brown.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing this once a month. As we go along, it may change to more frequently, but right now we're going to start out once a month. And so tell us about some of the initiatives that you have in mind.
Yeah, so thus far, what we've done here at the precinct is, of course, we started our pantry so that we can help individuals who are being evicted from their homes, and when there's lack thereof, we have some resources for them. We've also taken over the Juvenile Justice Academy, which is the hub for all things kids that are being reformed in school, or that are assigned to an alternative program. So Commissioner's Court was kind enough to give us a paid position over there, so we now have that under our umbrella.
That's awesome.
We also have the TCOL Training Center, which allows me to not only give back to the community, but to also give back to my fellow brothers and sisters in blue. So we give them free TCOL classes, free classes to keep their license updated, or classes to help them to elevate their career field path to perhaps get into a leadership position at some point in time.
Wow, that's awesome. So let me ask you a question. You talked about evictions, and you talked about starting a pantry, and right now, Constable Brown, the prices are going up on food and rent and all of those things.
Yes.
And so it's going to be a difficult time for people. So how do you all manage, those types of situations?
It's funny that you mentioned that, because my lieutenant just took my administrative assistant and one of my administrative clerks to the food bank. We're getting ready to establish a relationship with the food bank so that we could do more periodic drive-bys with the groceries and whatnot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So you talked about a fitness initiative.
Oh my goodness.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So you witnessed that on 2 occasions, and yeah, it's definitely a great partnership with fitness expert Sherry Braxton.
Okay.
And she was kind enough to come over to work out not only our officers, but community members as well. And it's a free workout session here at the precinct. So far we've been doing it every Wednesday at 10:30. We have incorporated some Fridays too, just to get a feel with the community to see, what their needs are in terms of flexibility to incorporate something like this. So we started that, and I also have a Cooking with the Constable initiative coming up.
Wow, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So what types of foods are you going to be cooking?
Yeah, so I had no idea, first of all, that I had all this talent within the agency. And in conversing with some of the officers, I found out that Neil Haji, which is a sergeant in our support group, is a chef that's been featured on SA Living, I believe, and also Food Network. And I was like, what? And he's Moroccan, so he's going to be featured first
on
January the 20th from 12:30 to 1:30.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he's going to make a 3-course Moroccan meal.
Wow.
For the public.
Really?
Yes, for us and the public.
So where's that going to be located, and how can people RSVP or get an invitation?
I hate to RSVP because I want it, available to everybody in the community. So I always say first come, first serve while supplies last.
Right.
So he is going to be making 50 plates in a commercial commercial kitchen, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And he's going to bring it here, but he's also going to do a demonstration of the meal that he prepared. And he's also going to give you a history and cultural background about the meal and where he comes from. So it's going to be really, really awesome.
Wow, so that's awesome. So when is the first one?
January the 20th.
Okay.
And I've been featuring it on the Facebook page.
Okay.
So it's January the 20th, again, 12:30 to 1:30. And again, it's a first come, first serve. So we plan to host it in our community room and get a little history background and a nice little meal.
Cool. So for those that don't know where the community room is, could you?
Yes, of course. Yes, ma'am. So it's 2711 Southeast Loop 410. And the community room is on the far end of the Constable side of the building.
Wow. So that is awesome. So we're excited about the opportunity to try some new food from a law enforcement officer. That's a lot of times we just look at you as law enforcement and don't really know a lot of the things that you do and that you're capable of doing.
Right. All these hidden talents and whatnot. I'm like, my goodness, we got to put those talents to use.
Well, I'm super excited about that. But I wanted to go back a little bit to the fitness. I know the nutrition part of it, that's going to be on January 20th at the precinct's, Constable Brown's precinct 4 community room. And she's going to be hosting this elaborate meal. And what time is that going to be?
It's going to be 12:30 to 1:30.
Wow, so that's at lunchtime. So y'all better, put y'all's request in early.
Yes,
that says y'all might have to leave a little early and come back a little bit late so you can make it.
Yes, and then you get to meet the chef, and you get to meet his, meet him directly, and also answer any questions about the country in which he comes from.
Wow, and that's a great opportunity to it's a great community initiative, I think, because it gives the community an opportunity to build a relationship on a different level with some of your officers, and it also gives the officers an opportunity to teach and educate on some of the things that they do outside of law enforcement. So this is a great initiative. So what else is going on? I know you always have something going on.
Yeah, I like to have the officers, have a buy-in in terms of what community incentives. But I tell you what, they are a little bit tuckered out because during Christmas we were popping up at doors, knocking on doors, and instead of executing service, we're executing gifts. And we were doing traffic stops, and instead of giving them a citation, we were giving them a warning and a gift bag.
Wow, that's awesome.
We were going out to schools and just loading our Tahoes up with toys and just letting the administrative staff know that we're here, and just having a field day, just seeing beautiful smiles on their faces and whatnot, giving them toys that were donated to us. So we're just constantly trying to, again, build that rapport with people in the community, so that in the event that my officers or any officer has to go and knock on that door, they'll remember, the good deeds that these brave young men and women were doing in the community on a humanitarian level versus, having to do their peace officer duties.
Wow. So why is this type of initiative important, and what made you think of doing something so creative?
So when I was running for office, everybody kept referring to Marshall Knight and how community oriented he was and whatnot. And I remember them talking about how he fed a lot of the community, some big lavish meal, at the barbecue meal or something is what I was told. And so I can't steal all of his ideas. I had to reinvent the wheel a little bit. And so that's when I just, sometimes I when I'm driving, I'm like, okay, how else can I reach a person? And I said, well, physical fitness is a two-part benefit. It benefits the officers, and it also benefits the community where we can, build that rapport there. And that's slowly coming along because not everybody likes to work out. But I said, okay, well, how else can I reach out to the community? How else can I connect to them? And I said, well, everybody loves food. I said, so have a kitchen back there, so why not cook for the community? And so I just thought that would be a great way to connect as well. So who knows? I'm trying to keep with the cardio with the constable and cooking with the constable. Next thing you know, y'all be camping with the constable.
I know, right? So I mean, I think that people would love to work out. So when your workout session, so how long are those sessions?
So it's an hour, just an hour, and we started them every Wednesday at 10:30. So it's just an hour out of your day, and I just turned 56, and the fitness expert is 58, and I chose her for that very reason, so that people can see what fitness looks like, and that it doesn't matter what your age is, what your stature is.
Right. And so I had an opportunity to witness, some of your workout, and the constable don't play. She could keep up, and so we need individuals that work a physical job, because a job is very physical sometimes.
Yes.
And so you have to be physically fit. So I appreciate, the fact that
thank you,
that you think it's important that yourself and your team are physically fit, and also you care enough about fitness to invite the community out. So I think that everybody should come out and hang out with the constable.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cardio with the constable.
Get in there.
It's not that bad.
It's not. And we make it fun, and
and
Sherry.
It's free. Yeah, that's the main thing. You don't have to go and pay gym fees on a monthly basis. You don't have to do any of that. You just come over and hang out with the constable, work out, and go back to work.
And it's a great way to network too, because we had last week a beautiful young lady that came in, and she follows Sherry on her Instagram, but she had no idea that the constable was going to be present, because she did not like law enforcement at all. I posted her picture on my page. And when she came in, she basically said, I don't mess with no law enforcement, so you sit over there and I'm going to sit over here. And I was like, wow. I said, why is that? And she said, what you here for anyway? It's basically what she asked me. I said, I'm here to work out with you. That's the whole platform of me doing this. And she said, so you gonna work out? I said, yes, I'm gonna work out. And so once I started working out with her, man, I tell you what, that rapport just meshed together, and it was just amazing how we were able to identify with maybe her not liking law enforcement, and maybe me not knowing what her background is, and her not liking law enforcement was, but we connected on a cardio level. And sometimes that's what it takes to bridge that gap, is to bring like-minded exercises or like-minded hobbies together.
Wow. So that is super, super awesome.
Yeah, it was real.
So what are some of the, I know that sometimes y'all ride bikes and you do things in the community to give back to kids. So can you talk about some of those things?
So we do have a partnership with some donors, and periodically we go to various daycare centers or schools and whatnot, and youth activity centers, and find out who's excelling in those programs, or what child is going through something that could benefit from a bicycle. What child is going through something that could benefit from some toys, or I even have shoes back there, brand new shoes for kids and stuff. So I have my administrative assistant kind of like branch out through all the zip codes that we're in charge of within Precinct 4, and find some startups or different small little lightly funded establishments to help out. And on top of that, we also take the Tahoe, we load it up with our food, and we just go up underneath the bridge sometimes and just sit there and hand out stuff.
That's awesome. So this has been a great conversation. I'm super excited about what's to come. I know we got a whole year ahead of us. This is the new year.
Yeah.
The second week of the new year.
Yeah.
And so the constable is starting out with her cardio, so that she can be in shape.
Yes, gotta get it
to
down.
handle what's going to be happening.
I was telling Miss Laura, I said, Miss Laura, remember that first little interview I had? And I was like this, and I was so scared. And the mask came off. My mask came off. I want to say maybe 6 months ago. So here I am in rare form, energetic, happy. No more this, being concerned with, what people think about my initiatives. Because my opinion is this: as long as we are helping people, and as long as we're doing what the taxpayers expect us to do, we doing the right thing. Whatever we do in the dark, we always gonna do it with light.
Well, that's super, super exciting.
Integrity, yes, ma'am.
So I'm just excited. One day, maybe next month, I might come in and work out.
Yay!
For a couple of minutes.
We'll make it seem like you've been there the whole time. You know how editing is just beautiful.
Right. It's just get my endurance back up. I used to walk 5 miles a day, and I haven't done that in probably about a year and a half. So I got to get back in shape.
Yes, because you trained before, so and then I have this beautiful employee of mine, Armando Cruz, who's on a quest to get healthy, and he is just doing the darn thing. When I tell you he is working out and putting in the effort and getting those steps in, he really, really is, and we are so proud of him.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I am going to bring my gear.
Yay!
Next time.
Oh my goodness!
And see if I can hang out. See if I can keep up with the constable.
No, it's at your pace. She's Constable lucky to keep up with herself, much less anything else.
Right, I got to keep up with it. We're going to have a contest keeping up with the constable.
Oh, Lord.
With cardio with the constable.
I'll be way in the back doing my own thing in the corner.
Wow. So that's a great initiative. So do you have any closing remarks that you want to tell?
I want to say, again, my motto is if it ain't rough, it ain't right. And thank you for just keeping me accountable. Thank you for, I always say thank you for your constructive criticism and also your positive affirmation, because that also helps. When people call and they complain, and the first thing that I ask them, okay, I got your complaint. Do you have any suggestions, any solutions to, the problem and what you're complaining about? Because I want them to have a buy-in to any changes that we're affecting here. So thank you for keeping the Precinct 4 Constable's Office accountable. We're doing our very best. We're not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, but we strive to get there.
Wow. And so we're going to have more to come. I want to thank you for the opportunity of allowing
thank you.
TAAN TV to be a part of
You're there from the beginning.
Chatting with the constable. And
Yes,
so we really, really appreciate it. We support you.
Thank you.
We believe in you, and we want to get the word out and let people know about all of the great initiatives that you're doing, because you really don't have to do it. You can just come in, get elected, do the normal duties of a constable, whatever that is, and you don't have to really, put yourself out in the community, but you are. And you do, and you taking care. I've watched you, feed the homeless, work with young people, speak at different events. You've done a multitude of things. Participate in back to school projects, all of those things. And so you have a lot of community partners that support you. And also, what I'm most impressed about is that you have a team of people that work for you and with you that supports you as well.
Yes.
And so, we want to thank you again for the opportunity. This is Laura Thompson with TAAN TV. You have been a part of the conversation, chatting with the constable. And look at this cute little constable, isn't she cute?
Oh my goodness.
So until next time, and we'll let y'all know when the next time is, but the next upcoming event, tell them again, when is the...
It's going to be Cooking with the Constable, and it's going to be on January the 20th from 12:30 to 1:30. So again, it's first come, first serve. and it's going to be a Moroccan 3-course meal dish.
Right, and we're going to do a little bit of behind the scenes while the chef is getting set up in the kitchen and with the constable. And so we look forward to hanging out with you on January 20th.
And likewise.
12:30 to 1:30
Yes.
At the constable's office.
2711 Southeast Loop 410
In the community room.
in the community.
Be there.
Be
I'm
there.
not going to say be there or be square because that's kind of corny, but.
We're dating ourselves when we say
I know,
that.
right?
Because that used to be the line back in the day.
Right. So thank you,
You're welcome.
Constable, and until next time.
Until next time.
Ciao. You've been tuned into TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel with a global reach. Thanks, Constable.
Thank you.